Welcome to episode 42 of Pineapples and Thorns. I'm Kat, and with me tonight are Peter and Fado. Hey, guys.
Good evening.
I was going to say 3 stars for the good guys, but I might need a new slogan since Townhall 15 dropped. Let me think about that.
One star for the good guys?
1 star. No, 2 stars. 2 stars will win wars again.
Are we shouting out Molt? I mean, are we doing all this backwards or what?
I think we might be. Yeah. Maybe we should jump right to the CFF news.
Yeah,
Speaking of Townhall 15, Sky and Barky, Sky Barker Productions, got us right into the first Townhall 15 war. I was away this weekend with my wife for her birthday, so I was not partaking. I don't think either one of you jumped into the Townhall 15 war, did you?
No, wasn't able to this time, unfortunately.
But basically a random spin of all Townhall 15s. I think they are just finishing. I think they spun Friday night, so they should be finishing tonight, Sunday night. We'll have to hear how they did. I looked, but I haven't seen any results posted, so I hope they had fun. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. We'll get to that in a minute. The next thing coming up is Noble Hero versus Majurian Army. They are doing a friendly war. Mm-hmm. I got recruited to the Noble Hero side. I don't know that they needed more Townhall 15s, but I guess they perhaps did, so I was asked to play. How about you? Did either of you get contacted?
Yes. Inc. messaged me.
And also to bring a 15 or another Townhall level?
15.
Okay, so they must be light over Noble. Which doesn't make sense to me, so we'll have to see what happened. Maybe people just didn't want to participate. Maybe they're feeling it like Red Thorn.
Heroes may be down.
Yes, exactly. And then
I did not get messaged, but that's fine. I've been a little bit too busy lately, so it kind of removes me from the discomfort of having. I'm such a yes person that makes it uncomfortable when I have to say no.
I'm marking that down in my book, Fado, because sometimes you need yes people.
Well, it's easy to say no to people you like to troll, Peter. So
fair enough. Also coming up, this one's brought to us by our friends over at Phoenix Reloaded. A little bit of movie history here on this one. They're doing the Total Recall War, and I think just the only rule is going to be you have to use a recall spell during your attack. So that one sounds like fun.
I'll see you at the party, Richter.
Very good.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I think I like the Arnold Schwarzenegger version better. He was just such a over-the-top actor.
Is there a remake of that?
Yeah. Who was that guy? He's tall, dark, and handsome. Can't think of his name right now.
Magnus?
Yes, it was Magnus. Thank you.
Guy.
That's the guy.
Colin Farrell and Kate Beckinsale? Wait, Kate Beckinsale and Jessica Biel were in a movie and I didn't watch it. What?
How is that possible?
What? How is this possible? So I think the signups have just opened for Total Recall War. They're going to just run this as a random spin, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's...
You're right.
They're hoping to do it as a friendly.
Team BG versus Team Whip. I'm sorry. Yeah. I did read this sign up. I did. I just haven't signed up yet. So please sign up. Try to get as many people in as we can.
Yeah, Should be fun. 11 to 15.
Which is amazing. That's great, eh? That Supercell gave us the recall spell backwards. Till those levels.
I'm kind of surprised that they give it to the 11s, but I think that's awesome.
Yeah, can the 11s get 2 spell slots in their CC? Maybe that's where they're... that's what their thinking is. Okay, so that's what they're thinking is. You can get then the 2 spots, you could get it donated, so they got to allow them to have it.
Makes sense to me.
The last thing on the calendar is the Majurians, again, are going for their 800th win. They're amazing. About 7 or 8 wins away right now. They're predicting middle November based on, just the rate of wins right now. So they're going to definitely open up to their friends in the CFF. That's an amazing milestone. So good for those guys.
That's a lot of wins. Good job.
It's a lot of wins. That's like every day since the start of wars. I think that's it. I think that's all I have.
I can't even remember what Red Thorn is at. I think we just passed 300, maybe higher. I'd have to look. I'm a terrible leader. I don't even know what we're at for wins.
What was your favorite win of the 300, Kat?
Remember that time
Do you remember that time? Let's see. Oh, I think nope, we lost to them. No, no.
That
Some of
golden
my some of my
goblet.
favorite.
Nope, not the golden goblins. Nope.
No. That was oh, what were they called? Poetic Darkness. We matched at one point in a random,
Ooh.
and WHF. We lost to both of those. So, but they were memorable wars. But we lost.
We are at Warwin 559.
Wow.
I thought we were over 500. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Dark Sector just hit 400 too, right? So they were a
Okay,
little later starting.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Amazing.
so only a couple years. We'll be at
41
800 too.
41 wins away though from an event war.
On
Right?
milestone, yeah.
Let's go.
If we spin 50s with our Townhall 15s and then have people over for a week or two, well, because sometimes those don't go as planned, or they come around CWL time, or
Yes.
Well, there's so many things in between now with raid weekends and SCCWL and clan games that it's hard to plan events in between them. So
Yeah, sometimes you just need to kind of bite the bullet and do two things at once.
exactly,
Or in Kat's case, 59 things at once.
59 things at once. Yes.
yeah, she doesn't even remember half the wins. So I mean,
You know what? The brain cells are going. What can I say? That's why I have you guys around to keep me informed. So let's talk Town Hall 15. We're about 2 weeks into it. What do you guys think?
Well, it's hard, and not only is it hard, it's tricky. You know what I mean? Like if someone puts an invis tower by a town hall, and you had a plan for the town hall, and it goes sideways, like that's tricky. I'll be interested to see like if they do they either buff some of the offense or add new levels of offense that maybe they didn't anticipate adding, or a new spell slot or two, or I even think like some of this could be countered with an extra spell slot if you quake certain things at the right times. You damage certain buildings as you're going to the town hall. You get that invis spell out there or something, and try and figure out clever ways to counter those things. But yes, it's much different. It's much harder. The tried and true strategies are not. Queen Charge had worked from Town Hall 10 through Town Hall 14, and suddenly the monolith just destroys that. Like it protects so much of the base that you can't afford to have your queen get hit by it. So it's going to be fun watching this evolve.
What are you using right now, Fado? What is your kind of farming attack?
My farming attack is sleeping lately because I'm trying to drop from Legends. I need a handful of hero levels, and it's just let's say that I had farmed enough to keep a builder or two busy on heroes, but what am I going to do? Stay in Legends with no hero or 2 heroes down? And that's just a recipe for pain. So I'm just kind of getting it all out of the way. I have 2 gold pass hero books waiting to be claimed, in addition to 2 hero books I still have in my in my town hall. So that basically gives me 8 days to use 4 hero books, and I was never going to hit that doing what I was doing. I was going to end up throwing away hero books essentially, and I'm just kind of like, nah, I'm not going to do that. So dropping out of Legends, I'm going to be using sneakies and super wall breakers and jumps and invis, and it's going to be cheesy for a few weeks while I finish up the heroes. But as soon as I finish the heroes, I'll probably climb back up. But right now, I had been using Blizz just to see, I'm comfortable with it. How's it going? And no, it's a pain. It's a real pain. It doesn't like I've seen people swap the monolith in for where the CC used to be on one of my favorite bases to hit, and it went from being like a triple 90% of the time to just like, oh shoot, I hope I get like a 70% 2-star.
Uh-huh.
Well, sometimes it's if you're not expecting that beam from that monolith, it's just a scramble. Just how do I save this attack?
Yeah, and the counter to that is just start dumping freezes on the thing, and so that's why it's like, well, they're. I just don't think there are enough spells for casual players to triple at, let's just say, a a rate that will keep people interested.
That is some of the trouble, right? They've made it very difficult. The pros are struggling. I don't know if any of you guys are watching the Lex Knows 5v5 recaps that he does. They're very entertaining for me anyway. I love watching the pros fail. And I don't mean it that way. I mean to see what doesn't work and what does work, mostly. And nothing's really working consistently yet, or they'd all be using it.
It's reassuring, though.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
because
not just us.
They were the masters of the queen charge, right? Like they would take out half the base with a queen charge and then send their Lalo in.
Yeah, or swag the Lalo. They're crazy guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
what are you using to farm, Cat?
I've been kind of flipping back and forth between dragons and super bowlers. It's sort of working. Not really tripling.
Yeah, I've seen lots of videos on super bowlers. So
yeah,
that one's just the same old comp that Walali was using before 15 dropped.
Yeah, but that's just like my farming army. I haven't had much success in war.
Okay.
To be honest, I've only done a couple of wars due to various upgrades and things, so I need to figure something out. And I haven't got a lot of the. Well, I mean, we're going to talk about like there's new defenses, a new siege machine, a new troop, new pets. The new pets, I think, are going to be key to helping us be successful at 15.
Yes.
And I think most people are still in the process of getting those things. It takes forever upgrade stuff. So, 2 weeks in, I'm just getting Frosty. And I've put my pet house down again to try and get Diggy because everybody's raving about it. By the time I get
Diggy, yeah.
By the time I get Diggy, they're going to nerf it. So
I don't see any nerfs coming yet. No? I think the opposite of whatever that is. Maybe a nerf to the monolith.
Yeah, we can hope. Yeah. So it's just going to be a process of sort of playing it by ear and seeing what works, what doesn't work, what pets work with what hero. And it's nice that we have that option now. Like, do you want to use the unicorn or do you want to use the phoenix? What pet are you going to use with what hero? Because it may be different depending on what kind of attack you're doing, right?
I really hope so. I hope there is some thought in it, not this set it and forget it that we've all been living for the last 9 months. Has it been 9? It probably has been 9 months, right?
Yeah.
No longer than that, really.
18 months.
Mm-hmm. Oof. But there was still some playing around. I remember Raz was putting, I think, the unicorn on the king for a little while because he wanted the yak to break the queen in certain spots. So, there was a little, and then, I asked him a couple weeks later, it doesn't work as well as I hoped it could, right? It just didn't. The synergy was the one way. So I really do hope, if you're doing an air attack, you get this certain combination. If you're doing a warden walk, then you don't do this. I hope so. I hope there's some thought into it.
I think there will be because there's just, now you have 8 pets. So there's really no reason to not experiment and see what works better. So I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think of the new spell towers? So when you first unlock them, you get rage. And then level 2 is poison. And then level 3 is invis.
They're evil little boogers, aren't they?
I know the rage ones are just horrible.
Yeah, we talked about the invis one earlier. I haven't run into any poison ones, at least, and I haven't been playing much, trying to drop from legends, so I haven't seen the poison really in action. I imagine it's every bit as horrible as the others.
You're going to hate it against your Blizz because, of course, they're invisible, but they're not immune. So if the poison drops because of the blimp, now there's poison there for your super wizards to eat. Yeah, I'm sorry. I love the idea. It's customizable, right? Remember we got a multi-mortar and we got the fast shooting archer tower, the short one. I can't think of the term for it. And we got
Oh, the
the
geared up one.
geared up ones. And we had our base builder on. I said, "Is there any opportunity to use these?" And he just nobody really uses them. That was so disappointing to me. It was such a neat idea that you could customize these things. I think this is what we've been looking for as players again, to have more uniqueness in our bases. You can choose between Rage and Invis and Poison.
Mm-hmm.
Mine are still in upgrade mode, so I'm not really one of those guys that can say, "Oh, I love the way this defends this kind of area of a base." But it's very, very interesting.
Well, I noticed, and in war, like triples are few and far between for people.
I've seen the triples I've seen have either been Super Bowlers or Michigan's still doing his thing, right? He's doing a little bit of Queen Charge. Is it Super Drags or I can't or not Super Drags, but
I saw a Hefe triple with a Blizz. Was it Hydra?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like it can't be done, but
it takes some thought, and I think that's what Supercell wanted. They didn't want us to just spam and triple. I'm sure some people can still do that. I am not that person.
I don't think it's there. Yeah.
We will see if the pendulum is swung too far, because the pros will certainly have the ears of Supercell, and they don't want to be embarrassed. But by the same token, they want to be challenged. So good luck walking that tightrope.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, and that was one of the biggest complaints, was that the game was too easy, right? The pros were saying that it was too easy to triple at 14.
In their now world. It's like, well, Darian just took one look at them a couple weeks ago and said, "Well, what do you think of that then?" Huh?
Yeah. You ask and you receive. So I think it's going to challenge them, and the base builders are in their glory.
Yes, they have lots of tools to play with.
Yeah, lots of new toys for them to experiment with and see what works, what doesn't. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with. And
well, even then, if you copy a base, I mean, you could do the exact same placements of even down to Tessels and traps. But does the shift of the spell towers from Invis to Rage or Poison to Invis or something like that, it probably makes a huge difference on the base.
Definitely, because they'll build them to defend certain attacks, right? So, if you're building to defend a Lalo or a Blizz Lalo or whatever, you're going to have your spell set differently.
Right, and some of those, the new buildings just complement each other. Think about putting a Poison tower by the Monolith, where the Monolith could be susceptible to small troops that are squishy.
Skeleton spell,
Yep, but the Poison spell will completely counteract that.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a Poison tower.
What do you guys think of the new siege machine, the drill?
I want to see the pros use it well so I can incorporate it, because I feel like there has to be a really, there have to be really good uses for it. I mean, at first when the blimp came out, I was kind of like, "Oh, so what?" But then it turns out, whoa, blimp. I mean, years later, it's like, wow, it's not all wall wrecking. Because when they first came out, think about it. Didn't they do the blimp and the wall wrecker at the same time? They both came out with I can't remember if the slammer was too, but at any rate, that was back in Townhall. Like, I was still at Townhall 10, and we were still doing some kill squad stuff, and a wall wrecker with a kill squad was money.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, why would I ever use a blimp? And now, like, it's like, holy cow, blimps are so powerful. They can do so many different things for an attacker. So I do need to watch some more streams. I do need to find some time to do that.
I have been using it on my 14. I actually pushed the button on Zarch, but I did not hammer that or gem that Townhall, so I still have, I think, 7 days left.
Oh, gosh.
But no, I'm loving the drill. It will stun the defense, much like Diggy will stun the defense. Okay. Much like in Builder Base when the Hog Glider slams into the defense. So I think they've got a lot of gameplay testing that they've been able to draw on. I think the drill is very strong, especially if the Royal Champ is in the vicinity. I was using it again with Queen Charge Hybrid, but Townhall 14 version, Townhall 14. But the max drill, it will stun an Inferno and it stops shooting. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, I almost have that. Minus my workshop is almost done. So I almost have the drill.
To be able to donate, you mean?
To use, like, well, I guess I could request it.
Yeah, because a town hall or a level 1 is nothing compared to level 4.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I have a level 2, so Cat
and
hit me.
and I appreciate all the ones you gave to Zarch. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
All right, I'm gonna have to try that out with some hybrid. The Titan is the new troop. Thoughts on that one?
I've seen some people trying to mesh that in with like some Yeti attacks and such. It it doesn't. Uh, again, I can think about new troops and new sieges, but I keep going back to how powerful the monolith is, and it just a Titan against a monolith. Oof, I mean, it just every hit by the monolith just wipes out so much
Mm-hmm.
HP. Um, and yeah, I've seen a little bit of mixed success. I remember like when we were watching some sneak peeks, especially with Itsu, he was like, "Wow, this E Titan's already broken." Well, I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I just
I haven't
haven't.
seen that.
No, same. I was using it. I incorporated. I can't even say the word. Incorporated them into my Super Bowler attack. I swapped them out instead of Super Bowlers, and I just find them extremely squishy
Mhm.
Okay.
at Townhall 15. And I maxed them out immediately so that I could use them. Because I heard, oh, these are great new troops. It's extremely powerful, and I haven't seen it yet.
I must admit I was wrong. I really thought they would start them off broken. They
Mhm.
are definitely not that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm trying other stuff. I'm actually using witches and giants right now.
And how's that going?
It's doing pretty well because a lot of people have single infernos.
Aha.
So, the witches and the skellies are just overwhelming the base, and not everybody has the poison spell towers yet. So,
That's right. Yeah.
and if they do, they haven't set them. So far it's doing okay. I'm not getting a lot of triples with it, but I'm getting decent percentage 2-stars, so I'm happy.
I am also using the Electro Titan, but with super archers.
Mhm.
They are the E Titan is more like a support troop, kind of like the Headhunter. They have unique roles. They really can clear away a lot of trash just by standing next to the wall, which is interesting. But also, they are amazing against CCs. I don't know if you've seen one against the Hound. The Queen will shoot the Hound. The pups pop. If the E Titan is there, the pups are dead. It's instant.
Right.
It's like a red bomb went off when your Hound gets popped. It's really super. And then against ground skellies, they just run in and die.
Yeah.
They're quite strong.
I think maybe it'll be just a bit of a niche troop, that you'll be able to maybe add it to a comp, sort of like with a headhunter, headhunter targets the heroes. Well, maybe you'll add a Titan if you think, or
There's going to be skelly traps there. That's right.
there's skelly traps, or there's a hound in the CC.
Yep.
You might have that walking along to take care of the pups.
I agree,
So
100%. So I'm not sure it's ever going to be a spam them, 18 or them or whatever we can have, maybe 6 or 8. They're a huge number of troop space. I guess 10 is the max.
exactly.
But I don't think they're ever going to be just lay them down and win. I think they're going to be niche, kind of like Headhunter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, new pets. We have Frosty, Diggy, the poison lizard, because they couldn't come up with a catchy name, and Phoenix. Do you guys have them all?
No, I'm slowly adding them to the collection. Like I said, I think when I went to both 13 and 14, I didn't go crazy buying like all the offers, especially because I was kind of behind.
Mm-hmm.
I did buy the pack, so right when you turn 14, I think you could buy like was it like a level 2 pet house and a something or other, and it was like 50 American, and you would get something. So for 50 American for Town Hall 15, it was what, one level 3 spell tower, the monolith, and some resources, maybe 5 books of heroes or something too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I was like, what? I'm not going to buy any of the more expensive ones. There was $100 US one and a second $50 US one that came out afterwards. Um, and I'm just taking my time with it. And
Yeah.
so with that in mind, like back to your question, The Diggy upgrade is going on right now. It'll probably be another week and a half till that's done. So my Frosty's still level 1 because all my dark is going towards my champion king and queen.
Mhm.
So it's a slow process. I'll get there. So I, it's giving me a chance to sit back and watch some of the meta unfold or not unfold, as the case seems to be right now. But I'm taking my time this time.
I'm also 12 and a half days away from unlocking Diggy. My Frosty has gone to level 2 while this upgrade's been happening. Haven't used either one. I've watched some gameplay. I think those two pets together are very game changing, right? That freeze from the
Mhm.
Frosty is maybe going to make it very suitable for the King, again, as a support troop. The Yak, I still love the Yak because he'll bust through the wall and kind of give the King access and is a big tank again, too. Frosty's not quite that much, but the fact that it freezes, stuns, whatever the term is we're going to use, the defenses, I think that's very, very valuable.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree.
It's interesting that they're kind of going in between giving them nicknames and then just regular names. So for instance, Owl, Unicorn, but Frosty and Diggy and Lassie,
I'd like to
Yeah.
propose a name for the poison lizard.
Okay.
He has that bad breath
Little
weapon.
Peter.
Little, hey, wait a minute. He has bad breath as his special ability.
Mhm.
So I would like to propose Hal for halitosis. That I think is I'm going to refer to my
Okay,
poison lizard from now on.
we can edit this part out, right?
That would stay in.
Yeah. God, the upgrade time. So, Kat, you nailed it. Like, woof.
Mhm.
We're waiting a while to use those.
Yeah, I know. It just seems like forever. And I'm out of books and potions and
Hammers.
things.
Yep. I'm a little kind of on a cooldown on books as well, or the hammers. So
Yeah, I think was it Ace or Carl from C2J. They have all the pets already, and they're all like level 5 or 6 or 7 or something crazy.
And I think Carl posted a video about the lizard, right? He thinks it's interesting. I haven't got to
Mhm.
watch it yet. He released it while I was away, so
Yeah.
good.
And so we haven't really come up with any new comps yet. Everybody seems to just still be using the old ones, just throwing some of the new stuff in here and there to try it out. And
yeah, and a lot of the new comps I'm seeing are at the 320 capacity too. So
Mhm.
I haven't even done a single army camp, and maybe that makes me a weirdo, but I'm probably just going to hammer my way through those. One a week. Just
Mhm.
the cooldown's over, have a hammer. Now I'm at 305, etc. So I think what does that mean? Like 20 extra space? Sure, an
Yeah.
extra Yeti and 4 extra hogs or loons, 3 extra miners and
Mhm.
a hybrid. So will it make it's going to make a difference, but I really think they need to also bump the spell capacity.
Well, that is a bit of a surprise because you would think they're giving us more army space. You think they would give us one more spell slot.
Yeah, I mean, you did it 14, right?
Mhm.
Because you got an extra spell slot in the CC at 14.
Yeah.
But no more troops at 13 to 14. So,
Oh, that's true.
they're kind of
Sure.
playing the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess they don't want to make offense too OP, but it would be nice to be a little OP, just
Oh,
like a
a little,
smidge,
a little P.
just a small O and a small P. All right, let's talk about some Halloween stuff because that's the fun part. They just dropped the Clash-oween update, and there's the Halloween scenery. Who bought it?
Not it.
I did
Me.
not.
I
Yes.
did.
Yeah, that's the sun rose in the east today.
Pretty much. Okay, but I did not buy the Townhall 15 scenery
Correct. Yep.
because
It was
I
UP.
thought that was an epic fail. They called it the Epic Townhall 15 Epic Magic Scenery. Well, it was an epic fail
Epic
as far as I was
fail.
concerned. It did. I didn't see a huge difference between that and the free one they gave us.
Yeah,
Right.
it didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
The champion or the new skins did, but
Yeah.
I didn't buy them. I pocketed the money. I'll
I,
probably kick myself, but
I
I love
splurged
this.
and I bought the skins. Let's
Love
put
them.
it that way.
I
Yeah.
love them, but I didn't buy them.
Yeah. And I did buy the Halloween scenery. It's pretty cool. And the thing that is making everybody happy is the Royal Ghost is back.
I haven't trained one yet in my Clash career, I don't think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because my thinking is only that, what if it becomes a go-to strategy for 2 or 3 weeks and it's like, oh, it's gone. So I'm just
Well,
kind of like,
and that's what it does. Like, I think I'm going to enjoy it while it's here. Just while things are upgrading and I'm struggling. I don't find them quite as strong as they were the last time that they were out. So I think they made them a little less OP, but they are still great for helping to create that funnel and take out a few defenses if you need to.
yeah,
Are you using them as mass? On mass?
I'm playing around with them. Like I've added some of my comps have 5 or 6 of them just to help take out some stuff.
Okay.
And then I was throwing a bunch in, but yeah, I mean, I've seen some. I think Big Vale had a comp out with bats and mass Royal Ghost.
Yes, I saw that one. And the blimp for the Townhall. Yes, I saw that.
So I haven't tried that yet. I have to sit down and watch his video. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm playing catch up on that. How about you, Peter?
I have not trained any Royal Ghosts. Like I said, I was away this weekend, so I'm coming home to find that OP strategy, try to get a couple triples. I agree with you, Fado. You know that we're in that struggle mode right now where we're trying everything that will help us 3-star, and then we're suddenly going to maybe get something that's a little, let's say, a little too easy to 3-star, and then we'll be back in the withdrawal symptoms when, oh my god, I missed the Royal Ghost. But I'm going to do it while it's here. Fun to play with.
And I'm too lazy to look it up, but I remember, I think it was 2 years ago when it debuted. Was it not?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I wonder if they added new levels for TH15 versus 13, because I remember at 13 they would just, everything, it was just OP. I mean, it would crush
Just lay them out
everything.
and they'd be
Yeah,
gone.
yeah, and go wash your hands or fold your laundry and come back and congratulations, 3 stars, a minute 32 or whatever.
Yeah. And then they gave us the giant skeleton as well. And I think they definitely nerfed that a little bit because I've used it a few times and I don't find it quite as strong, as tanky as it was.
I have not been using that either. I think the Halloween update came out when I was in this, golly, I got to get out of Legends mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's tough when you don't get to attack to try new stuff out.
Right. But tomorrow's a day, right? I think I slipped into the 4800s sometime today.
Yeah.
So,
well, it might be worth trying because the event that they have on for the giant skeleton, you get some wall rings. So I think it's 10 wall rings you get. So it's probably worth.
Take all the wall rings I can get.
Yeah.
How many rings do you need to do a wall at Townhall 15?
8. 8.
Yeah.
Wow. At Townhall 13, I looked on Inconvenient. You can only get a level 9 giant skeleton, which is not max, but we can still, as a Townhall 13, train a level 7 Royal Ghost. So.
Oh, okay. That's all right then.
I don't think they have added levels, Fatal, so I think you might be onto something. That's why they're not feeling quite as OP for Miss Cat.
Boy, they're just taking all the offense away, aren't they?
Taking all the joy. That's right.
It's like you're sitting there and Supercell came along and took away your lollipop. Speaking of lollipops, have you guys looked at the Halloween obstacle? It's a pumpkin with candy in it.
Boy, you are a podcaster at heart, aren't you? That's what they call a segue into business.
OP segue.
You know what? I don't know if I've even found it because, again, I haven't logged into my base and since my last war hit yesterday morning.
Oh my goodness!
So I'll have to check. Now I have so many Christmas trees and so many Halloween obstacles, so many holiday obstacles. I wonder if I know there's like a maximum obstacles you can have on your base.
Yeah,
but I don't think they apply to event obstacles, right? So I'll never see another bush or a log on my main base, but I have got, I get plenty of Christmas trees and such. So I'll have to
Mhm.
go and see. I'll have to go and find that. I hope it makes a cool sound because nothing's going to beat that one. There was like a headstone they gave a year or two ago. You know, that's my. Every now and then I'll just click that and giggle.
What was that there was another pumpkin obstacle they'd given us that you
Maybe that was it.
pressed it, it went, ow.
Oh, that was the flower. It was
Was
like
it the flower?
it was
Okay.
a flower. Was it the friendly flower? Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
hey Peter, what's your imitation? What's your impression of that flower? We didn't hear it.
I don't remember that flower.
That
I'm
does
sorry.
not sound like it at all,
No,
Peter.
no.
No, we need you to put some effort into it.
I don't keep
We're waiting.
obstacles. I want the lawn clear.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, so I mean overall I think 15 is going to be a huge learning curve for most people, and there's a lot of wailing and gnashing of teeth at the moment, but
Yeah, and I just got to say, like, I think I mentioned this to you the other night. Like, I feel insulated from some of that, and the reason why is I got to a point where my expectations of my hit rate at 14 weren't all
mhm.
that great. So it's not like I'm like, oh well, I used to be godly and now I stink. I'm like, it
We're
is
just
what it is. I
it's a
make
level
sure
playing field now.
yeah, yeah, hey, take that, pro guy. I'm getting 2 stars. Why can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've become very good at getting twos.
You were always trying to challenge yourself though, right, Fado? I mean, you were doing Blizzlalo, some of the harder strategies, I would say. Higher skill,
Well,
high
yeah,
risk,
but
high
I
reward
mean,
kind of
if
things.
you continue to prove you don't have the skill, what's the point of doing it? So, welcome to my world. It's like that whole uh, bit from The Simpsons where like Bart and Homer keep zapping at themselves and laughing
Oh
instead of.
gosh. So keeping with the Halloween theme, I thought it'd be fun to just list our top 5 Halloween movies. So we can all go. Fado, you can go first.
All
What's
right,
your
so I
your number
failed.
5?
I don't know if any of these are really Halloween, but they're scary, right?
Well,
All
Halloween
right,
is scary. What's
and
your number 5?
I'm gonna go with movies I've seen. So I
Okay.
thought that was only fair. Number 5 for me is The Ring. That one that one was scary to me. Even though like I think it came out before smartphones, but it had such a word of mouth, like you knew you were going into kind of like the Blair Witch Project where you're like, all right, I guess I'm going to be scared, and then you get it and you watch it and you're like, "Ah." Yeah, that was me watching The Ring.
Peter, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is the original Ghostbusters. Bill Murray has always been a guy who makes me laugh, so good old Ghostbusters.
Great one. My number 5 is American Werewolf in London. That one
Oh,
scared me so
yeah.
bad when I saw it.
All right, when I was 12, I saw the movie Aliens in a theater, and that scene where it's really dark and then somehow lights come up and she's standing in spoiler alert folks for this movie from 86, um, but when she's standing in that room with the flamethrower and realizes she's like surrounded by eggs of the alien.
Yes.
Oh
Oh my
gosh.
there were so many like times I was just scared in that movie.
Peter, what's your number 4?
The good old Rocky Horror Picture Show. Had a
Oh.
lot of. I've seen that many times. A lot of good laughs.
Let's do the
Mhm.
time warp again.
I brought toast to the movie theater to throw at the screen. It's true.
Did you? My number 4 is, I'm going a little lighter this time, Garfield Halloween.
Oh, what's scary about that? The lasagna was haunted.
Pretty much. What's your number
Uh,
3?
my number 3 is a movie that I doubt you've heard of. It was on like HBO or something when I was a little kid. It's called Humanoids from the Deep, and they were like sea monsters that did awful things to a fishing town. And oh god, I had to be like 8 years old. Dating myself here. Yes, I was born in '73, folks. Scared the hell out of me.
Peter?
I'm gonna go with this one. Was also a scary one for me. Poltergeist. And that little
Mm.
girl looking at that screen, the
Oh.
the static screen. They're here. It rings in my head still.
My number 3 is Bram Stoker's Dracula. What's his name? Gary Oldman, I think.
Mm,
He was
he's
Dracula.
he's such a good actor.
He
Oh
is
my!
fabulous. It was a good movie. I liked it.
My number 2, mixing in bullying with dumping a bucket of blood on the homecoming queen, Carrie.
Oh
Good
yeah,
pick, yeah. Good pick.
God, Carrie was scary.
that's a good one.
I'm gonna go a
Peter?
little lighter side with Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Mm. Yeah, I love that movie. I haven't watched it in a long time. I'll have to check it out again.
Should be on TV coming up this week.
And my number 2 was The Mummy.
I don't know. I haven't seen it, so
What's your number 1?
pretty sure you guys have seen it. The Shining.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a scary one. Anything with Jack Nicholson is pretty scary.
Mm-hmm.
I was going with scary for my number 1. It was called The Changeling. It was about a haunted house, and boy, it freaked me out. There's this one scene with a red ball bouncing down the stairs. The dad threw it away into the sewer and walks back in the house, and that ball is bouncing down the stairs again. Oh, it gave me willies for weeks.
I'm also going very scary with a haunted pumpkin patch, Charlie Brown Halloween.
Oh, there you go.
It's the Great Pumpkin.
That's right.
It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That was it.
That's it.
So I did have an honorable mention just from one scene, but the movie
Mhm.
Misery.
Mm,
Oh, I read the book.
You probably know the scene if you've seen the movie
yeah.
with the hobbling.
Yes, the hobbling.
The book was scary.
My honorable mention is Hotel Transylvania. I think my
Okay.
kids made me watch that 60 or 70 times one year. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't come prepared with an honorable mention, so my mind is blank, which is normal these days. Let's
You
move into shoutouts.
forgot 259 wins, so
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
cut you some
I'm
slack.
sorry.
Shout outs to the late night voice crew. It's not terribly late, but the people who keep me company when I'm out walking and getting a little bit of exercise for myself. Thank you for keeping me company. You know who you are. And of course, to all the people in the CFF that continue to put out great events, whether I'm participating or not.
You're here.
Peter?
I'm probably going to steal your shout out here, aren't I, Kat? So I'm going to skip past this one. And
No skipping.
Don't know till you say it.
just ODS and Case's Family Clan. They're running the anniversary war, I guess, for him. It's been 3 years. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
So shout out to those guys.
definitely. And well, you said that one, so I'll just I'm going to shout out a couple of other people. I'm going to shout out Pencil Pusher. He just came back from an extended break today, so he's gone to Townhall 15 and he's knocking off some rust over at the Rated. And I'm going to shout out Arrow. She's been crushing it over at the Rated for Townhall 15.
This is true. She's been donating like a champ.
Yeah.
Lots of E-Titans and stuff into
Mhm.
CCs just to see how they work. So yes,
And,
good one.
yeah.
Good one.
Doing great in war, so shout out to her. And shade outs. Fado, do you have any shade outs?
You know, I kind of do, but it's more personal life stuff. I want to shade out some of the junk that's making me miss so much Clash, and I'm not going to go into it. It's not family turmoil. It's all just work schedules going crazy and not being consistent and making me just not be able to plan ahead. And it's, in my line of work and my personality, that when plans change on a dime and you've had to give up personal time for these plans only to have them change anyway, people get it together. Or you will be in a Halloween movie coming very soon.
Peter,
I do not have any shade outs this week.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, it was a good week.
I also don't really have any shade outs, but I'm going to shade out Carl just because.
Shade out Carl for trademarking the shade out portion of his show.
He expects to be shade out, so we'll oblige. So thank you everybody for listening. The CFF is a family of clans in games such as Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, and many of the other Supercell games. We love to provide content via podcasts and other media. You can visit the Clash Files Discord to apply to any of our clans or to support our pods and events. As always, please send us your comments, ideas, and questions on Twitter at RedthornCoc or join the Clash Files Discord at discord.gg/clashfiles.